In 1894, before the war, Nick and Alexandra had 4 more girls. The issue was they needed a son. Then they had Alexis fool, he was the one. Despite being the heir to the throne, my boy Alexis had a problem of his own. He had hemophilia, it was uncurable. Rasputin came along with a goddamn miracle. Nicholas II had business of his own. He led the Russian military gunning for your home. In the late 1800s, there was a war between Russia and Japan. It wasn't a bore. They competed for control of Manchuria and Korea, signing series of agreements. Russia didn't like that idea. In 1904, Russia was attacked by Japan. It triggered a revolt. Things got out of hand. On January 22nd, 1905, petition for better work conditions came alive. 200,000 people marched to the Tsars, but it wasn't home, so he was up to the guards. Since the guards didn't really have a clue, open fire was the only thing to do. With 1,000 people wounded and 700 dead, it was named Bloody Sunday, and the word spread. Because of all the violence, Nicholas II gave more freedom and guidance. He approved of Duma, Russia's first parliament. The Duma's leaders and the Tsar got into an argument. The leaders wanted it to be a constitutional monarchy. Tsar didn't want to share his power and authority. Because of all this, Duma had ended. It was not what Nicholas intended. In 1914, Russia enters the war. The losing streak shows Tsar's leadership was poor. Nicholas moved base to the war front in 1915, hoping that the army would be supreme. Alexander was in charge while he was away. She ignored the chief abuser, and Rasputin led the way. Rasputin was a holy man with healing powers. He claimed he could purify women by the hour. Although being a sex addict and an alcoholic, the nobles feared his growing power would be catastrophic. In 1916, the nobles tried to poison him. His chances of survival were oh so very slim. They shot him bang bang, but he wouldn't go down. They threw him in the river hoping he would drown. Nicholas came back and resigned as Tsar. Kerensky made a temporary government that wouldn't go far. He decided to keep Russia in the war without support from the civilians anymore. Conditions in Russia continued to decrease and the provisional government began to cease. Soviets were made and had more influence, causing the government to lose their significance. In 1918, the Table was signed. Germany got land from Russia that they had to leave behind. Russians objected to the Bolsheviks' policy and the murder of the royal family. The Bolsheviks was led by Vladimir Lenin. He agreed with the Marx and let communism in. He was exiled from Russia and sent to Germany, but he was back in 1917. The provisional government came to an end, making reds and whites the new trend. The two groups didn't really get along. Reds believed in communism, whites thought that was wrong. The White Army was loyal to the Tsar. Reds thought, hey, that's bizarre. All of this resulted in the Civil War, but other countries supported the White Army more. The Checker was the communist secret police. The action did not result in peace. They had gulags where enemies were sent. Individuals were nothing and the state was more important. To spread communism, propaganda was used. A state-controlled economy was excused. Lenin came up with a new economic policy, which allowed people to operate business privately. Joseph Stalin was as mean as can be, became secretary of the Communist Party. Lenin thought Stalin was dangerous when he gained control of all the communists. Stalin straight dissed you if you were a hater, because in 1928 he became dictator.